Toussaint Louverture of Haiti, was born on the 20th of May in the year 1743 in Cap Francaise, Saint-Domingue. How did a man born in chains rise to challenge the world's most powerful empires? What strength burned within him that transformed an enslaved child into a symbol of freedom? And how did this unlikely hero come to lead a revolution that would change the fate of nations? Toussaint's beginnings were humble yet remarkable. Born into slavery on the Breda plantation, he showed intelligence and discipline beyond his years. Favored for his skill with animals, he became a coachman and later an overseer, earning rare respect among both slaves and masters. Freed in his early 30s, Toussaint built a modest fortune, learned to read and write, and prepared quietly for a destiny no one could foresee. As the winds of revolution swept across France in the 1790s, their echoes reached the plantations of Saint-Domingue. The enslaved and free people of color, inspired by cries of liberty and equality, began to dream of freedom. Toussaint, now a free man, watched as uprisings broke out across the island. He did not rush into chaos, he observed, planned, and prepared. When the revolt turned into open rebellion, Toussaint joined as a lieutenant under Georges Biassou, leading disciplined troops in the name of freedom. His strategic mind and calm leadership quickly set him apart. Switching alliances from Spain to revolutionary France when slavery was abolished, he turned the rebellion into a structured fight for liberation. Through skill and vision, Toussaint Louverture emerged not as a follower, but as the movement's true leader. By the late 1790s, Toussaint Louverture stood as the most powerful leader in Saint-Domingue. The island was torn between factions, but under his command, discipline returned. He restored plantations using paid labor, rebuilt the economy, and negotiated trade with Britain and the United States, rare achievements for a man once enslaved. Yet every step forward came with danger. Toussaint's leadership blended mercy and iron will. He welcomed former enemies, including white planters, believing their knowledge could strengthen the colony. To many, he became both a liberator and a ruler, a man determined to prove that freedom and order could coexist. In 1701, he introduced a new constitution declaring himself Governor-General for life. To his people, he was Haiti's protector. To France, he was becoming a problem. When Napoleon Bonaparte rose to power in France, he saw Toussaint's growing influence as defiance. Determined to reclaim control, he sent a massive army led by his brother-in-law, General Charles Leclerc, to the island in 1802. The French promised peace, but their real mission was betrayal. Toussaint prepared for war, ordering his troops to burn fields rather than surrender them. After months of brutal fighting, Toussaint agreed to a truce, believing the French would honor their word. Instead, he was seized by deceit. Invited to a meeting under false pretenses, he was arrested and placed in chains. As he boarded the ship to France, Toussaint warned, "They have only cut down the trunk of liberty, its roots are deep." Far from his beloved homeland, Toussaint Louverture was carried across the sea and locked inside the frozen fortress of Fort de Joux, hidden deep in the mountains of eastern France. The great general who once commanded armies and inspired nations was now left alone, weakened by hunger and cold. His letters to Napoleon went unanswered, his pleas for mercy ignored. Yet even in silence, Toussaint's resolve never faltered. In the darkness of his cell, he whispered prayers for his people, believing freedom would outlive him. On the 7th of April in the year 1803, Toussaint Louverture died in captivity, a prisoner of France, but never a prisoner in spirit. And still, his legacy only grew stronger. News of his courage spread across oceans, carried by those who refused to forget him. Months later, his followers, led by Jean-Jacques Dessalines, achieved what he had begun: the birth of Haiti, the first free Black republic. Today, his name endures as a living story of hope, resilience, and eternal freedom. Thanks for watching.